then the other part that I wanted to ask you about is something that's a little bit more personal, but I think is actually really cool. I had no idea. So your mother is actually a very successful businesswoman. And
Yeah.
can you give me a little background before I ask my next question? Because it says here she was the CEO of Coca-Cola Amatil.
Yeah, so Coca-Cola Amatil is basically like Coca-Cola for kind of like Asia, New Zealand, Australia kind of area. Yeah, so she's run that for like 4 or 5 years now, I think.
That is unbelievable.
That's so badass.
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's so cool. And that's what I wanted to ask you, right? Because, you know, you hear a lot of people especially in LA and Hollywood that have successful parents and really never live up to that level of success. And it could have a psychological toll. You see a lot of people here that grow up on trust funds or grow up on investments from their parents and the success of their parents, and they don't ever find their own path and they don't ever find their own way. And they struggle substantially just to be a normal human being in normal interactions.
Yeah.
And so obviously, you know, if she's been around Coca-Cola for 4 or 5 years, she probably had success before that. Was there any pressure in your mind when you were young to live up to that level of success? Or was there a driving force behind you that you wanted to prove to your family that you could carve your own path? Because I think what you've done is just nothing short of incredible. And I'm beyond happy for you and your success. But I'm curious if you ever had that lingering thought in the back of your mind.
Yeah, I think weirdly, like they were like, I think my parents have always been really good and motivating and like very driven. You know, props to them for like letting me kind of like go out on a bit of a limb and, you know, actually chase YouTube for a bit, because mum let me crash at her apartment during the early days when I wasn't quite making minimum wage.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I think it was interesting. I think weirdly, it was almost like, you know, being like CEO of a company like that, it was almost like such a level where I was like, hey, look, like I'm probably never going to quite, you know, be able to do anything like that. So I think it was almost like such a level that I didn't really have that motivation to, you know, like surpass or anything. But I think it was definitely very motivating, just to see, you know, growing up around the fact that she's obviously very like passionate about what she does.